Hola, ¿cómo están? How are you guys?
Good.
Nice to
How are
meet
you,
you.
Moni?
I'm so excited for the new movie from Moana 2.
You wanted to come this time.
And I just noticed that you share a clip of you watching the movie for the first time.
Yeah, I did.
How was it to see yourself representing Moni for the first time on the big screen?
Oh, it was huge. I mean, not just for me to watch it, but me to watch it alongside my mom. You know, we come from such a big Disney family, and for us to share in this moment is really, really like a dream come true.
And I know that you come from a family of performers. Being on a Disney movie must be a dream for anybody who wants to be in the
Oh yeah,
in
totally.
movies. And so what was your conversation with your
I mean,
family?
it was so fun. I remember calling my mom after we had confirmed that I got the role, the contracts were signed and whatnot. And I remember calling my mom and being like, "Oh, hey, just letting you know I'm gonna be in a Disney movie." And she didn't believe me at first. She hung up and she called back and she's bawling. She's like, "Wait, what?" and I mean, just the sense of fulfillment, you know, and being able to tell them like, ah, "You guys did a good job," you know, like that's the proudest that I feel, is that I'm making them proud, you know.
That's awesome. I mean, I was tearing up just watching your clip, watching the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And Christina, I know that you started in Disney as a financial advisor, so I wanted to ask you, what's your professional analysis of the success of Moana, the first Moana, and why it happened? Because I mean, it just came out that it's the most watched movie on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And also, what's your professional expectation for Moana 2?
I mean, we're just so excited that people still love this character so much. We heard that in 2023, it was the most streamed film across all platforms. And so for us, it was a shock and such an honor for myself and my fellow producer, Vet Marino, and 3 directors. We're just so lucky to be able to work with this incredible cast. Like, we work with the best animators in the world. And so for us, we just hope people come to theaters, watch on the big screen. It's gorgeous. It's really, really stunningly gorgeous. And we can't wait for people to see it.
If I'm not mistaken, Moni, for what I've seen, he's a big Maui fan.
Yeah.
Can you relate to him? Are you a big fan of somebody? And how does his fandom affect his relationship to the characters in the movie, to Moana and to Maui?
Yeah, no, I mean, I can say that I'm a big fan of Dwayne Johnson, you know, especially being Pacific Islander and coming from Hawaii, being Hawaiian, Polynesian. To see someone like Dwayne be out in public and truly represent his culture and his being with no shame, no fear, that's huge. You know, like in Hawaii, we have such a, as we say, like a tulo mentality where we're always so respectful and like bowing down to others, that to see him like stand proudly in the limelight and be who he is with no shame, you know, it encourages a lot of us to do the same, to hold the doors open for the remainder of our community and to really strive to be people of influence and to open the doors for the rest of the community.
And speaking of culture, Moana, the first Moana did so much for Polynesian culture to bring it to the world for us to get to know more about that. How is Moana 2 going to expand it?
Yeah, we were lucky enough to work with our same Oceanic Culture Trust. The first film really set a bar for the entire industry around how to really combine story and culture. And so for the second film, we really wanted to make sure that we did the same. And it really does, we work with a bunch of cultural consultants from different parts of the Pacific Islander community. And we want to make sure that everything feels right, that the clothes look right, that the towels look realistic, and that what people are eating and how they're interacting, how they're pronouncing their words. That for us was so critical. So we hope we got it close.
I got to watch the film for the first time this past weekend with my mom, and I will say that is the thing that made me the most emotional watching the film, was seeing these depictions of culture, urban legend, displayed in such a way, part of a Disney film. You know, like I remember seeing elements of Maui and elements of our culture, from tattoos to like Christina said, the way that we eat, you know, knowing all those things from when I was a child and thinking like, oh, you know, we don't have a film. And here it is, you know?
And Christina, let me ask you, if I'm not mistaken, the project started as a series for Disney Plus, and then it evolved to a film, to a feature film. How was that process for you guys, that you were like, oh my God, this is so good that we have to make it a movie? And what were some of the challenges of adapting as something that started as a series to a movie?
We typically screen all of our projects every few months or so, and it really was a groundswell from the artistic community that when we watched it, our directors and our artists and our voice talent too, it was like, wow, this really deserves to be on a big film. Our songs done by Emily Bear and Abigail Barlow, and they're paired with Mark Menchie and Opatai of Hawaii, they're such theatrical pieces, and we thought, wow, that really needs a really, really big stage and a huge audience. So yeah, we can't wait for people to see it and hear the amazing music.
Oh, I can't wait for the music. From what I hear, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite song that can wait for people to listen to?
Totally. I mean, our opening song, "We're Back," is something that gets me all the time because it has such a cool message, about being back home, about being back in your place, and more so being back alive to being who we are. Abigail and Emily killed it writing it, and the entire cast gets to be featured in singing it. So, I mean, that's one of my favorites.
You are, from what I stalked your Instagram, so I was like, you seem like a very adventurous guy. So I was wondering, what's your best advice for anybody who wants to start being adventurous? Because I mean,
educated risk, very educated risk, and you know what? To a certain extent, YOLO, you only live once, life is short, take advantage, take the bull by the horns, take the Maui by the ear, live your life. And it's your life to live, nobody else's. So do it whatever makes your heart happy.
Does Moni represent you like that in the movie?
Oh, totally. He has this childish charm about him, even though he's such a big guy and bigger than life. And that's how I like to think I am. I love to think that I'm bigger than life in a condensed size.
Awesome.
But he's so fun-loving, so warm-hearted, and he's everybody's best friend and your biggest cheerleader.
He seems so. He seems like a great guy.
Yeah.
Something that I'm very excited about is that in the first movie, it was almost like a solo trip or a duo trip with Maui. But on this movie, she has a crew. How does the dynamic change, and how is it going to be for Moana to take people from her village and her community on her journey?
Yeah, it's an amazing journey. I mean, it's so rare that you get to see Disney characters age, and Moana's 3 years older, and now she's a leader of her people of land and sea, and she gets to take an amazing crew. And Hua plays the Moni, who is like the oarsman, the storyteller, but we also have an engineer who's played by Rose Matafeo, and also a farmer who's played by David Fane, who plays the character Kayleigh. And it's just really beautiful to see Moana as a leader realizing, hey, she can't just take care of herself this time. She has to take care of everyone else, but also she realizes too that she needs all three of them just as much as they need her.
And speaking of growing up, on the first movie, she was also just 16 years old. She was too busy trying to save her community and exploring. Is there time for romance on Moana too?
The beautiful thing that I love so much about Moana, in contrast to a lot of other Disney films, is that there isn't such a distinct love interest. Because naturally in Polynesian culture and who we are as Polynesians, we have so much love for our surroundings, for the aina or the land, as we say, in Hawaiian, and that love takes over the entirety of the story. It takes over the entirety of what Motunui is as a community, is that everybody has this love for community, for the land, for one another, and I think that shines so bright in this film.
And finally, let me ask you, she has a sister now. What do you want the audience to take away from this bond that they share? We see in the trailer and it's already so touching. What do you want them to take away from this new relationship?
Oh, I mean, Samea is such an incredible character. I think for Moana, when she leaves this time, the stakes are that much bigger because she has this little sister at home that she's not even just thinking about for herself and her nuclear family, but for the future of her people. And then you got a chance to actually meet her.
Yeah, and Khaleesi, who voices Simea, is this little girl who's so full of life, so full of passion, and that's exactly who Simea is. And to see the depiction of Simea in the film and to meet Simea is going to inspire so many little girls, not just in the Pacific Islander community, but throughout the world.
Christina, Hualālai, thank you so much for sharing the movie with us. I can't wait forever to watch it. I'm so excited.
Oh,
it's
thank
going to
you.
be amazing.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Mahalo.
Thank you.